Certainly, that picture can tell you all that you need to know about the conditions here for round 9 of the Formula Palmer Audi series. Stephen White has had an absolutely storming drive and has taken pole position from previous winner Darren Turner. There in the black car, he's starting second on the grid. It's a staggered formation grid here at Silverstone, and that is what you need to be for the Summerfest, wrapped up and warm. Here we are then, red lights are on, about to get underway, and everybody gets away smoothly. Well, at least most of the field seem to do, all making their way past us here on the start-finish line. Look at that spray. How on earth they're going to see anything? The man out front will see something. His broadcaster, Tiff Liddell, and he's on the grass. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Tiff having his first race in the Palmer Audi series. He spins around, well held, didn't hit the wall, also spinning there around. And looks like Nessim Kassem has also had a spin. Let's try and confirm that in a moment. Tiff Liddell spins the car around and will rejoin right at the back of the field. And yes, indeed, it was Nessim Kassem, the Colombian. Well, he's going to rejoin, depositing half the contents of a gravel trap, as he so does. But out front, brilliant start by Australian Stephen White. Never had a victory in Formula Palmer Audi. Whether he can do so this weekend remains to be seen. But here's the winner from Donington. Damien Faulkner has taken to these conditions like a duck to water. Peter Clark sadly hasn't. He's out in that first corner incident. Around they come. Manoeuvre side by side. Richard Tarling goes to the inside of Topi Sajala. So Tarling, the winner at Croft, the opening round of the season, making his way through the field. And there too is Justin Keane. Lives on the south coast and is really making good progress through here. Tarling, though, taking a wider line than Topi Sajala. Interesting how you'll see, particularly in these sorts of atrocious conditions, drivers take different lines. There is Tiff Liddell, and the back end of that Formula Palmer car looks distinctly deranged. Well, here we are on board with Tiff, and you get a real idea of what the conditions are like. Look at that, fighting the wheel all the way. Here's a replay of the start. We're looking back from Tiff's car. Bjorn Berdheim is the Dane there to the inside of us, and look at those wheels spinning, no traction at all. Now, does he get hit from behind, I wonder? Or is it a self-imposed effort? Slowing there. Oh, he is, he's clobbered from behind by, I have to say, sadly, Pete Clark, who demolishes the polystyrene breakpoint marker as he goes. And they make their way from Beckett's through Ireland, sweeping what is for them a right then a left. There is Darren Turner demoted. Giuliano Moro's moved himself up to second behind Stephen White, and White certainly has the best of it at the moment. Look at him, he's got a clear track out in front of him, but further back in the field, Damien Faulkner to the inside of Topi Sajala. So Faulkner goes through. How on earth he can say anything, heaven only knows, but he certainly made a great passing manoeuvre there. And that, believe it or not, is the view. Oh, whoa! Thought he'd lost it then. My word. Dearie, dearie me. Well, Topi Sajala, the Finn, fighting back on the outside of the Irishman. That's a courageous manoeuvre by Topi. But he is topped off by Damien Faulkner, who holds on to his position. Great tussle this between these two. Faulkner, who'd been waiting for so long for his first victory, and it came at Donington Park. The conditions were far more favourable than they are today here at Silverstone. And still Topi Sajala can't find a way past Faulkner. Look, there's a great example again of the different lines that the drivers take. Faulkner taking the inside, he's got to do that to protect his line. What they're trying to do is find a bit of track where there isn't some rubber down, because they'll get better traction out there. There is Morrow, second place, third place here for Darren Turner. Out of the gloom comes the fourth place man, Damien Faulkner. Still Topi Sajala working his way to try and find a pass, but he can't do it, and Giuliano Piligala retires the number 9 car. Been not the happiest of seasons for Piligalo, one of many of the South Americans over for this great inaugural year for the Palmer Series. Been a terrific initiative, and one which Damien Faulkner is really enjoying, and he's trying to get past there, and has he done so? Yes, he has. So he's passed Darren Turner. Well, terrific move by Damien Faulkner. He really is the water baby amongst the field. And now has Turner got a problem, because Topi Sajala has also reeled him in. Oh, and a big moment there for Turner, and that might just give the initiative to Topi Sajala. Tiff Liddell pointing to the rear wing saying, "It ain't working, Gov. I'm retiring." Damien Faulkner is up to third place. Nothing retiring about him at the moment. He's charging on aplenty. And Giuliano Morrow is his next target. Further back in the field, Justin Wilson is scrapping it out with Richard Tarling. Tarling in the Silver 1 car, just ahead there. Justin Wilson going round the outside, and that's a great example of the different lines you can take. He cuts back to the inside, and that might just work for Justin Wilson. Great bit of car control corrects the slide and goes through and gives a faceful of spray to Richard Tarling, which I don't think Tarling will appreciate. He might just take his hat off to the manoeuvre though by Justin Wilson. Out of the gloom they come. And you can see already Tarling's had to just back off that car length or two to try and find out where the heck he's going. Further down the field, oh, side-by-side contact and a spinning Felipe Malui. Well, Malui on the inside there, Justin Keane trying to go around the outside of him. 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. They're both going to rejoin, and Malui will rejoin up ahead of Edward Redfern. Behind him, a very, very sideways Carl Breeze. Martin Brundle's protege is Carl Breeze, based in Norfolk, and having a good run here in these very, very difficult and challenging, it has to be said, conditions. Well, right behind Carl Breeze is Roger Yasukawa. Yasukawa trying to negotiate Copse Corner. And up ahead is a challenge for second place, and Giuliano Morro is the next victim for Damien Faulkner. Is he not? No, he's not. Morro fights back on the inside. Well done, Giuliano Morro, but praise indeed to Damien Faulkner. Ooh, there's a bit of water there, isn't there, on the track, and that's causing them some difficulty. Here we go, Turner and Wilson is absolutely flying at the moment. He started fourth on the grid, and is making his way towards the checkered flag, as indeed is Stephen White. Well, White has not had a victory, and if he can get himself round the Luffield complex through Woodcote, the flag is there, held aloft, waiting for him. Giuliano Morro still fighting off the attentions from behind him, about 2 or 3 car lengths back of Damien Faulkner. But this could be a famous, and it'll be a very, very popular victory as well for Stephen White, who takes the checkered flag first of all, and he will be ecstatic. And so too will Justin Wilson if he can get past Darren Turner. Turner running wide here, and Justin Wilson goes for the tight line in, and that will give him a run at the inside of Darren Turner. He's going to take the place. Great manoeuvre by Justin Wilson. Second time we've seen him do such a move, and that helps him out in terms of his positions. He will come home fifth, but what a victory of round 9 to Stephen White. Morro is second with Damien Faulkner in third. Well, we said he'd be absolutely delighted. Damien Faulkner, for such a great run, he's on the right-hand side there. He looks happy with life. Well, not really. He's 6th in the championship. Richard Tarling, though, is the current leader. Darren Turner second.